Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Euroman Movie Report, the show where I talk about a movie I have recently watched at my local movie theatre. And I know it has been a while since I have been able to do these movie reviews, but I have been busy with my teaching work, but that's on hiatus now, so I'm gonna do regular movie reviews from now on. And today I'm gonna talk about Angel Has Fallen. Angel Has Fallen is, of course, the third movie in the Gerard Butler, Mike Banning Secret Service trilogy made by Millennium Films. The movie series which began back in 2013, where he was Secret Service detail for one of the best presidents that America is never gonna have, President Aaron Eckhart. And there were these North Korean terrorists who breaks into the White House and wants to take the president hostage to get the nuclear launch codes. And Mike Banning, Gerald Butler, he saves the day and kicks the terrorists' ass. That's basically what Olympus Has Fallen was about. And that same year there was this other movie, White House Down by Roland Emmerich, starring Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum. But that wasn't quite that big of a success, so they never made a sequel for that movie. But anyway, back in 2015, then they made a sequel, of course, for this movie here called London Has Fallen. And London fell, where we had this terrorist whose family were killed in an American drone strike ordered by President Aaron Eckhart. And he, of course, was pissed at President Aaron Eckhart because of that. So during the funeral for a dead British Prime Minister, this terrorist, he strikes and tries to kill President Aaron Eckhart, but Mike Banning once again saves the day. And the terrorists are killed, yada yada yada. This third movie here, it doesn't have President Aaron Eckhart anymore, but Morgan Freeman's character, who was first Speaker of the House and then DP in the second movie, he's now President. And Mike Banning, he's still Secret Service detail for the President. But he is plagued by these migraines and spinal injuries, and we can almost conclude that those injuries and migraines came from the events of the first two films, but they are never elaborated on in the movie here. And as you guys, of course, have seen in the trailer for Part 3, that he's out on a lake with Morgan Freeman, and then there are these drones which are deployed and attacks the president's fishing detail, and just shortly after, Mike Banning and the president are the only survivors, and someone blames Mike Banning for the assassination attempt on President Morgan Freeman. But as we can see in the beginning of the film, the main villain, or one of the villains of this story, is of course Danny Huston, who has played this archetype military bad guy in other films, like in the infamous Wolverine Origins, where he played Colonel Stryker. And he's, of course, in this film here, a generic military bad guy as well. And it almost, the movie here in general is extremely predictable because, you can almost guess in the beginning of the film who the bad guys are. But that's it with most of Millennium Films productions, where they are easy to see through. And then, of course, Gerard Butler's character, he escapes custody and then has to prove his innocence, like in that Michael Douglas movie, which was released a little over 10 years ago, Sentinel, where he was a Secret Service agent, wink wink, and then during his escape he comes across his father, and his father is of course played by Nick Nolte, and I don't know what it is with Nick Nolte, but since he made that Hulk movie back in 2003, it's like when Nick Nolte he comes to a set, he's just wearing his own clothes here, and I'm sure he doesn't bathe either, but he's of course Mike Banning, Gerard Butler's character's father, and they team up to some extent save the day and protect Mike Banning's family. He's still married to that woman who is a nurse, and now a child has grown a bit from the second film. And of course, like in if I remember correctly, in White House Down, it was the Speaker of the House who was sworn in as president when Jamie Foxx's character was indisposed. In this movie here, the main villain of the story is of course the vice president, and yeah, it was like Danny Houston's character. He owns this private military company, Blackwater-esque type of company. The VP is the bad guy, and he wants to use private military contractors, to do stuff. And I don't know when this script was written, but it has this Blackwater Dick Cheney written all over it. So I guess this script is most likely a script which has been revamped from another movie from years ago and changed so it could fit the universe of the Olympus London Has Fallen universe, because it bears all the hallmarks of a script which was written several years ago, because today we almost don't talk about private military contractors and all that stuff, but if we rewind 7-8 years ago, there was all this talk about private military contractors. So I have a gut feeling that this script is a lot older. The original version of this script is a lot older than when this movie here was made. But I haven't seen the script, so I don't know. But anyway, Angel Has Fallen. In many ways, I don't know if they're gonna make a fourth movie in this universe, because in some ways it wraps the story up. They could do a prequel with Gerard Butler's character in the military maybe, but I don't see them doing a sequel for this film, because there aren't any threads which could be used in a fourth film. So, but I guess also it all depends how well this movie does at global box office. But I have a feeling it will be mediocre at best. But what else is there to say? The acting in general, Gerard Butler, he does his best American accent with the Scottish backdrop, of course, and Morgan Freeman as the president. Yeah, he's just Morgan Freeman. He's just phoning it in my opinion. And the woman who plays Gerard Butler's wife, she does an okay job. And Nick Nolte, we have discussed him. He's just Nick Nolte. And Danny Houston, he's just a generic bad guy. But regarding Danny Houston's character, I must say the old guy, it looks like it was really him running up all those stairs in that tall building at the the final act of the film. So I must say, good on him for this old guy could run up all these stairs carrying a prop weapon in his hands. And then there was this. I don't remember this African American gentleman who plays the Secret Service director. I have seen him in other films as well. I don't remember his name. One moment, I just have to look it up here. One moment. Angel has fallen. Angel has fallen. Just have to look him up here. Bump. Lance Reddick. He was a great addition to the film. And now of course I can see here on IMDb he was the concierge of the hotel in the John Wick universe. And the funny thing is, if I'm looking at his IMDb filmography, he starred in White House Down. So one can really argue there's a connection between White House Down and Angel Has Fallen, because it contains one of the same actors, and because if I remember correctly, Richard Jenkins' character in White House Down, he had a similar ploy like the VP in this movie to take over the presidency. So that one can really argue that those who most likely revamped the script for Angel Has Fallen from something else, they watched White House Down before they made this film. So all in all, if I'm gonna rate this movie here, what should I give it? 2 out of 5 stars. That's it. Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you fancied this movie talk / movie review, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch my previous reviews / movie talks, you can click a link in the description, which will take you to a playlist of previous movie talks / movie reviews. Anyway, I will return next week with another movie review. Until then, have a very, very pleasant weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.